Hey guys, welcome to I Am Pinky and I'm Not Ashamed. And today I'm going live with some common questions that Australians get asked about Australia. I even went on some different groups, an American group and stuff, just to see if I could get some funny questions. And I did. So I'm going to answer those questions right now. So, I feel like one of the biggest questions we get asked in Australia is about our kangaroos. Um, we get asked some very, very silly questions like, do we ride kangaroos to school? I heard a TikToker answer this question. Of course, we ride them to school if we've got a license. Like you need a kangaroo license. But no, the truth is, kangaroos can't be ridden. How big do you think a kangaroo is? So I've got to admit, we have some very, 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 very big kangaroos. And I guess we'd call them boxing kangaroos more than anything. But one, we can't ride kangaroos, so no, we're not riding them to school. Two, kangaroos can be quite vicious. Like a kangaroo, if you go near some of those big kangaroos, guess what they're going to do? They're going to look at you and be like, and they will put their fists up and they will box. They box each other, they will box you. So no, we are not riding them to school. Somebody said that they actually got asked, do we get in their pouches and ride to school? No, no one fits in a kangaroo's pouch. Little baby Joey kangaroos. So I found that question very, very funny. Anyway, so I'm going through my things. So another question I got asked was, what nationality do people mistake Australians for? So when I went over overseas, the common misconception was that we were American or that we were English. And I'm not going to lie, it turns out both those nationalities aren't necessarily that well liked overseas. So what I discovered was if we had said we were English, people wouldn't have liked us. If we'd said we were American, people wouldn't have liked us. But as soon as we told people we were from Australia, when I say we, me and my husband, people are, aha, Australia, yes. And lots of people had lots of things to say, positive things about Australia. Hi, Dark Hunter, thanks for joining. If you have any questions about Australia, feel free to ask right now. So what I found the funniest though, that was that as soon as we said we were from Australia, people were like, oh, do you watch cricket? And then they'd be like, Shane Warne. And before I went overseas, I wish I had at least watched a little bit of cricket because no, not everyone in Australia does watch the cricket. Oh, you're from Oklahoma. Yeehaw. Hello from Oklahoma. That's amazing. So yes, the common misconception when we go overseas is that we're English or Australian, but we're not. We are definitely Australian. Okay, so I went into American group. Sadly, I only got 2 questions. One of them was, so good to see you still, Dark Hunter. So one of the questions that we got asked was, do we really like shrimp on the grill? Now, I know there was an advertisement in America where Crocodile Dundee was like, put a shrimp on the barbie, mate. Australians hate that because that does not happen. One, we don't call them shrimps, we call them prawns. So no, we're not putting shrimps on a barbecue. And also in Australia, people are not putting prawns on a barbecue. Hi Justin Ward, so nice to see you. We are putting sausages. So a more common thing for, I just noticed my glasses are going a bit silly. I'm going to take them off. Anyway, a more common thing for us Aussies is we put a snag on the barbecue. Yeah, that's right. We call sausages snags. And we put snags on a barbecue and we have snags in bread and that's what we do. We get a piece of bread, we put a sausage on it, and some good old tomato sauce, and that's how we do our barbecue. We do not put shrimps on the barbecue, and we do not put prawns on the barbecue. That would have to be quite rare. Just going to check that live chat. Hi, Beat. Hi, Beat After Beat. So great for joining. So I'm answering some of the most common questions that Australians get asked. So no, we are not putting shrimps on the barbecue. We are putting snags on the barbecue, and they are yum. Now, one of the funny questions I got asked, and it just, so much controversy, okay, so much. And I thought it was funny, so I'm actually going to answer this question. Has a dingo eaten any of your babies? So everybody knows the story about Linda Chamberlain and her baby getting eaten by a dingo. So she went to jail for it, everything. It was the biggest thing I remember being talked about when I was a kid in the 80s. And, you know, everybody thought that, no, this dingo hadn't eaten a baby. And she'd definitely done all this controversy. Anyway, the truth is we do have an island called Fraser Island that is full of dingoes. And even recently, a dingo got into somebody's caravan thing and tried to grab a child. So, has a dingo eaten any of your babies? Nobody knows the real answer to that. But many Australians will tell you that dingoes are very dangerous and they could possibly kill a baby. So, technically, Linda Chamberlain got off. It was proven that she didn't. Hi to Aussie, how are you? You're going to enjoy this. But, we got to talk about that. Anyway. So, yes, so 1, we don't have shrimp on the barbie. 2, we're not sure if a dingo has eaten any babies. And 3, we do not ride kangaroos to school. Anyway, and our nationality thing. So anyway, going on to some of the questions that people get asked was, are there any drop bears in Australia? Well, I guess it's a bit like the Yeti, the Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster. If you've seen a drop bear, you're going to believe in a drop bear. But if you've never seen one, do they exist? Do they not exist? I think they might actually exist. So if you've been told about drop bears before you come to Australia, definitely watch out, because you're not going to know if they're true until they drop from a tree. Anyway, so back to some other questions. Okay, so one of my friends got asked, do we have scorpions in the street? She said she's only seen one scorpion in her life, and I've got to admit, I've only seen one Scorpio in my life. One little baby Scorpio. It was a bit cute and I had to kill it. So no, we do not, I believe, have scorpions everywhere. And they're definitely not walking around the streets. The other thing that I found very, very funny is, okay, so one friend was asked, do Australians walk around with EpiPens because of all our dangerous spiders? No, none of us have EpiPens. We are living in a world full of spiders. And yet, somehow, none of us get bitten. I think, well, my daughter got bitten by a white-tipped spider once, but I have never been bitten by a spider. Truthfully, if you went into a lot of walls in our houses and put a hole in the wall, you will see those walls filled with spiders, especially redbacks. So redbacks are our most dangerous spider. But I think it was about 30 years ago when someone died of a redback spider. I'm not sure, I should have checked that before I went live. But no. Yeah, we don't like spiders. They are dangerous. They can be poisonous. But of course, a lot of our spiders are just fine. I'm going to stick up for the redbacks a little bit because redbacks are a very family-orientated spider. So in other words, if you see one redback, you will find the rest of its family. They will stay together as a mum, dad, baby. How beautiful is that? So it's not their fault that they can kill you with one bite. Or say in Australia, we have a spider called the daddy long legs. And we all think that that spider brings good luck. So people will not kill a daddy long leg spider. If they have daddy long leg spiders in their house, they will leave them because they believe it's good luck. Ironically, daddy long legs are the spiders that will attract white tip spiders and redbacks. So they're actually not lucky, but we don't care. We will leave them there. We will. Hang on, I'm just missing this chat. I do want to get back to the spiders. Yeah, so redback spiders are family orientated, Aussie. Like they actually are. I worked with a girl. He was a Buddha, so she didn't Buddhist, so she didn't like animals being killed. So I had to Google all this one time, and yeah, it turns out redbacks are very, very family orientated. But no, we are definitely not walking around with EpiPens. We aren't that worried about spiders. Obviously, people are spraying their house with, poisons and stuff, but we're not worried about spiders as much as people think we should be. Okay, the other question I find really funny is about our snakes. Now, I'm going to say, yeah, we have the most dangerous snakes in the world, poisonous, venomous, you name it, we are filled with snakes. Now, my husband, he's actually not scared of snakes and is a trained snake catcher, and he loves them. And he will literally see them out bush and pick them up and think it's very, very funny. He doesn't even care what they are. I've walked around the outback, school camps, walking through the bush, you name it, I have done it. The bush is right behind my house, and I don't see snakes. I went camping once and saw a snake and was like, oh, finally found a snake out of bush, and it was dead. So no, even though the rest of the world would be like, where are all your snakes, where are all your spiders, we're walking around with snakes and spiders and we're not that afraid. Hi, Dark Storm, Spiritual Adventures and Crafting. So great to see you. Thanks everyone for joining and watching to see what some of the funny questions I've been asked about Australia. So yes, obviously I'm covering all the things. When I first left Australia to go overseas, I met some people from Wales and they were like, you have one of the most dangerous countries in the world. And I was like, dangerous? How are we dangerous? And she's like, well, your spiders, snakes, crocodiles. And I was like, yes, but I'm going to be honest. I am way, way, way more scared of kangaroos and emus than I am of snakes. I went walking last year out bush and I saw some emus far, far, far away. I ran. Like I literally hiked it out there. I can't run. Don't run. But I ran when I saw some emus because they're fast and they will chase you. If I saw a kangaroo out bush, I'm leaving it alone because that kangaroo will hurt you. But a snake doesn't want to hurt you. A spider doesn't want to hurt you. They don't. They just want to live their lives and they will not actually attack you. But kangaroos and emus, I'm going to tell you, they would. Hi, Shalanda Nath, how are you? Thanks everyone for joining. I saw red belly butts on the Murray River. My son came, Aussie outlaw. Now that would have been scary. Okay, my funny story though, lizards. I'm way more scared of our Australian lizards. So one time I come outside and I've got a pool and there was a lizard and it was in the pool and it was obviously drowning, but I'm scared of lizards. So I just started screaming, freaking out, like, how do I save this lizard? Because my husband just picks up lizards and, throws them over the fence. They're fine. But I couldn't do that. So luckily my daughter was here and she's like, Mum, just get the pool scoop. So I literally went and scooped out of the pool, put it on the ground and ran because I'm more scared of lizards than I am spiders. My husband had actually always told me, don't worry about lizards. They won't do anything for you. But if you see in one of my very, 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 very early videos, funny videos, I actually went to take my dog out the front so she could eat some grass once. So I opened up the door, the side door, and a lizard ran at me. I'm not going to lie. Bearded dragon just ran at me. So I had to like sort of jump over it. I shut the door. And then I was literally stuck out the front with this bearded dragon lizard. I couldn't get inside. I didn't know how to move it. And I was actually only wearing a t-shirt and knickers. And I was just like, OMG. So luckily I found something outside so I could sort of scoop the lizard away. But I swear, I shit myself. I'm not kidding. But if I'd probably seen a snake and a snake had been out the front, the snake probably wouldn't have gone for me at all. Just would have sat there. And as long as I left the snake alone, it would have been fine. But lizards are more of a problem in Australia than any of your snakes. Like, they are absolutely crazy. So pretty much they seem to be what I would consider the biggest questions is all about our snakes, our lizards, not our lizards, our spiders and our kangaroos. And those things just aren't the things that we're the most scared of. That's what I found really, really crazy. So they are definitely the most common questions that people are asked in Australia. And I hope I've answered those questions for you. I was actually hoping when I went live I might have got some more funny questions, but that has not happened. So he's here. All right. Good to see everyone saying hello. Hi, Jess. How are you? Okay, Jess, you are amazing. First of all, somebody from my town has joined. Thanks, Jess. And great reminding, because today at our local airport, we had an emu actually get into the airport. And so the wildlife rescuers had to come. Personally, the thing I'm most scared of in Australia is magpies. Now, if anyone who's been taking note of my channel, they'll notice that I went walking a few months ago and got swooped by a magpie. Now, those magpies will kill you. A guy died having a heart attack last year. Oh, it's not funny. That's not funny. He died having a heart attack racing away. And that was actually... Hi, Michael Joshua. How are you? So great to see you. So, yeah, magpies during magpie season, they are so family orientated and they love their babies so much that if you walk past a tree, they will swoop you. So I went riding a few years ago, and luckily I was wearing my bicycle helmet, and yeah, because I'm riding along and all of a sudden, doosh, and I'm not going to lie, it was like that. It was like, doosh into the side of my head, and I knew that it was a magpie. And I didn't stop. I have never panicked so much in my life. I just rode. And I just did not stop till I got home. I was trying not to cry. I was trying not to panic. And I have never been riding on my bike since. The day in my video where I went walking, I was doing everything not to go near any magpie nests and went in the wrong spot. And I got swooped by a magpie. And I'm not going to lie, if I wasn't live, I probably would have cried. So, yeah, I'm going to say, I think that I could quite honestly say that there are way more people in Australia who are scared of birds. That's right. We are scared of birds, and we have bird phobias because we have emus and magpies that will attack. We are not necessarily scared of our snakes, and they don't attack us. We're not scared of our spiders because they don't attack us. Crocodiles, yeah, we have heaps of crocodiles, but we know where they are and we know how to stay away from them. But an emu you could find anywhere, and a magpie you could find anywhere. So at the end of the day, what people presume about Australia, what they think is happening in Australia, what they think we should be scared of in Australia are not the things that we're actually scared of. Because no, we don't care about the things that we should be scared of. We're scared of our birds. But yeah, so I actually hope that that's cleared up. some fallacies about Australia that no, we're not riding kangaroos. Oh, the other thing is people do think our kangaroos are going down our street. That is true if you're in a country town. I can go out in the morning at 6 a.m. in the morning, drive down my street, and yes, there could be kangaroos and emus in the street, but I'm in quite a country town. Don't think that really happens in the cities as much, of course. So no, all those ideas that you have about kangaroos in Australia, no, none of them are happening. You know, it's go. Our funnel web was on the driveway. Ooh. Now funnel webs, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, no one wants to go near spiders, do they? I actually ended up in my last house. I was actually ironing, and all of a sudden I was like, "What? There's a spider!" And yeah, it was a redback. And I didn't realize back then they were family orientated, so I didn't realize that all my clothes in that clothes basket was full of redbacks. So over the next few days, I was just like, I kept pulling out clothes and finding a redback, going, what? And then when I discovered they were family orientated, I was like, so yes, people, if you find one redback, there's a good chance you've got a whole family of redbacks. That's going to happen. If you find a snake, no, because snakes are not family orientated. A lot of the time they have their babies and their babies just go. Sometimes your snakes are just on a snake path. So they're really just coming past, going through. Your lizards, they're fine. But it's the birds you've got to watch. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Like, don't get me wrong. No one's, doesn't say no one's playing with spiders, but my husband happily just picks them up, takes them outside. He'll grab a lizard, pick him up, take him outside. And I feel like a lot of Australian boys are like that. Hi, Anthology. How are you? Yes, I do still play my guitar. I actually went live maybe a week ago playing my guitar. Still loving it. Just don't always have time to play. But yes, I am definitely still playing my guitar. And if you wanted to check out my last live, that would be great. But today I just thought I'm going to go live because I realised how funny, how like what people think of Australia. And I'm just like, no. So I did post the question, what funny things have people been told about Australia? And literally all the main ones that come up were about our kangaroos, our spiders and our snakes. And I just thought that was so, and our drop bears. But it's the kangaroo thing that gets people. It's like they just really don't get it. Oh, that's so great you play guitar. Oh, I play better. No less. Hang on. I just missed that last bit of the chat. No, unless it's on the edge. Yeah, Jess. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, most people are killing our spiders and stuff. Of course, if they see them in their house. In Australia, everybody is spraying their houses with poison and stuff, like spray to keep the spiders away. Of course they are. But yeah, people actually think we ride kangaroos. We're not riding them. We're not going near kangaroos. They're dangerous. They are dangerous mofos. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, there was a Facebook video where a hunting dog had sort of gotten captured by a kangaroo, and he had the dog in a headlock because kangaroos are pretty tough and dangerous. And the owner of the dog went running up to the kangaroo, punched him, and the kangaroo literally went like this to him. And I had to, like, it was a full-on, like, punch-up. So kangaroos, they will literally box you. They will get up on their hind legs and they will box you. And some of them are really, really big mofos. So there's no way. I would rather deal with a snake than a kangaroo. I live in the city. I don't see it. That's right, Darkstorm. Okay, and then the other big question I did get asked when I posted on Facebook, of course, it's everyone's worrying about our fires and are they still happening and stuff. Last I heard there's still at least 100 fires happening. I don't want to say that exact because that was yesterday or the day before. So I'm pretty sure we've still got about 100 fires. Like, there are still fires going in Australia. Definitely not as bad as what it was, thank goodness. Yeah, it's pretty hard to talk about the fires because I'm in South Australia. And so where I live we've been very, very lucky. We only had a fire maybe an hour and a half away where people were working. but I know Kangaroo Island, which is just below us, has had catastrophic fires to the point that it's pretty much wiped out all the koalas and kangaroos. And yeah, our wildlife has been affected in ways that people can't even imagine. Yeah, there's all these koala sanctuaries going up because koalas were sort of could have become extinct anyway. One school camp, we went out Pitchy Rich around, there was yeah, that's right, Jess. So my friend Jess, she's from my town, as I just said before. Thanks, Jess, for joining. And yeah, so when we, of course, would have gone on school camps and stuff, we had to put up with the wildlife. But yeah, we would have known to stay away from kangaroos. And yeah, as Jess just said, at our local mines where many of our men and women are working, and they had a catastrophic fire. So it's probably, I would say, the closest fires, bushfires we've had to my town, which is Whyalla. Mostly because we have a salt bush that they say doesn't alight quite like some of the other places do. So we were very lucky, but we're only 3 hours away from a town called Port Lincoln, and they get fires all the time. We're talking, all the time, to the point that it breaks your heart. You just, what's happened with the Australian fires is absolutely terrible. Like, we just can't stop crying because, yeah, what's been happening is absolutely crazy. I think it's actually made us more, you see koalas and kangaroos at the zoo. I know, right? So, of course, we see them at the zoo. I live in a town where we used to have a fauna park, and we used to get to go out and feed the kangaroos, which was amazing. And I went on a school camp once, and had a sleepover there, and they actually brought out a kangaroo, and we all got to hold a kangaroo. And so that was amazing. A big thing in Australia is holding snakes. So my next door neighbour used to own a snake, and I remember getting to hold this snake, and just cuddle and cuddle and cuddle. So lots of people in Australia actually do own pet snakes that are very friendly and tame, and you can hold them all the time. It's like, oh, that's so scary, Jess. Hey, yeah, too many fires in Australia. I did not know that, Jess. Thanks for posting that, because I did not know that. The other thing I think is the biggest thing that I want to tell people who have questions about Australia. People don't understand how big we are. They see this little country at the end of the world, and they think we're small. But at the end of the day, we're not. So I have gotten on a plane in Sydney to leave Australia to Dubai, and it's taken me 9 hours to fly out of the country. Is it 88 fires? Thanks for that, Jess. So Jess has just let me know, yeah, there's 88 fires still happening in Australia at the moment, which is actually amazing that it's getting less and less. But we are a huge country. So I have had quite a few comments on my videos where people are like, are you helping? Are you doing anything? And I don't think they actually, like, of course, we've had lots of volunteers from my town, and like, everyone is helping each other. But at the end of the day, I don't think people realise that, say, if I wanted to drive to Queensland, Brisbane, it would take me 3 hours of driving. If I want to drive to Melbourne, it takes me 12 hours. My closest city is an hour and a half away, and then the next town is going one way, Port Pirie, is 2.5 hours away. When I was overseas and I was in Wales, it was 2.5 hours to London, like England. So I was like, so it takes you 2.5 hours to go from country to country. It takes Australians 2.5 hours to go from town to town. So when people think we should just be able to move all our water and help all the people that are having fires or get things to them and stuff, that's not happening. I saw it, it's impossible. It's such a big, vast country that people just don't realise we're not all next door to each other. I saw a TikTok video the other day, and these guys poured water over themselves. Anyway, most comments were like, why are you not sending the water to the fires? And I had to say, do you actually understand that you can't just take water from one place to another? That would be amazing. But some of these places could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of traveling from each other. We are a big country, huge, and most of us are desert. So 80% of Australians live on the coast. So 80% of Australians are just around Australia. It means we've got all this vast land that nobody's in, and our country is actually huge. But yes, I was amused. Yeah, see, 3 hours. Yeah, all Australian. Oh, you guys are amazing. You guys are so amazing for joining. And definitely make sure to all say hello to each other and stuff, of course. So anyway, I hope this video has been a little bit interesting for those who aren't Australian, and I hope I've answered some of your funny questions about our wildlife, and yeah, I hope that you really did enjoy this chat. So I just want to say thanks everyone for watching, and if you have any questions about Australia that haven't been answered that you would like me to answer in another video, leave your question in the comment section below and I will answer them in a future video. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching, especially you, Jess. Got me all excited to have someone from my hometown come in and join me live. That's amazing. Love to you and love to everyone who's been watching. Thanks everyone. Oh, and thanks for the likes. Don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel. Love you all.